Really, YouTube? Sorry guys, I'm just playing with this right now. YouTube is killing me. Really making this hard. Let's see how it needs to do this. Alright. Okay, I now have a chat box at least, but it doesn't. It's still not the chat that I want. Oh my god, man. Why is this doing this? Come on. Sorry guys, bear with me here. I'm trying to get YouTube to work and I don't know what the hell is going on here. But as soon as I can get it figured out, we're going to get this going. So come on. At least my sweet trade is doing great right now. For whatever that's worth. Oh, fuck you. Come on, man. This is being very difficult, guys. I apologize for whoever's waiting right now. I appreciate it. Alright, come on, man. If that doesn't work, I don't know what to do. Oh, here we go, guys. Here we go. Maybe. Think we've got ourselves going here, I think. Hello to whoever's out there waiting. I appreciate you waiting. I'm trying to get everything situated with YouTube since it wants to be so goddamn difficult. It looks like it's working though, finally. Looks like I am going live. I don't know though what is making me do this all for. It's never been this difficult before, but it looks like we're live. If you can see me and you can hear me, please let me know. As there's only one of you here right now. If you could let me know in the chat. Hello. Anyone out there? Please let me know if you can hear or see me. It still just says going live. I'm not live. My stream should be live. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know what is going on right now. But if anybody who's watching has a clue why this is doing this right now, like I said, I haven't streamed in months and YouTube is acting up right now. Can't figure out what the hell it wants from me. Like, honestly, I don't know. Connection poor. Yes, like my balls, bro. You're not streaming shit anyways. YouTube's not receiving enough video to maintain. What are you fucking talking about, man? If anyone's out there, can you please confirm in the chat that you're out there? Either, I don't know what chat it's showing, if it's showing the Streamlabs chat, if it's showing the YouTube chat, if you can even hear me. Honestly, I don't have any clue at this point. So, it says I've been live for 6 minutes, but it's showing me that the stream health is poor and that I'm not live yet. So, any kind of feedback that could, help me know if I'm actually live or not would be great. Okay, man, come on now. Holy shit. Killing me, Smalls. Connect streaming software. My streaming software is connected. For fuck's sake. Anyone out there, can you hear me? The fuck? You know what? I can check this myself. I don't know why I didn't think about this a while ago. If anyone happens to come in while I'm rambling, please say something in the chat so I know that you can hear me, see my screen, all that fun stuff. Oh man, there's a bunch of motherfuckers trying to steal my name on YouTube though. I see that. Says that I'm live right now. Okay, that's good. Okay. Alright, right on. We're good, I guess. We're good. Alright, so it says we're live. Let's rock and roll. I don't know if you guys are able to use the chat. What's going on with the chat? Let me see if I can actually pop the chat out. Pop out chat, please. Don't tell me there is no chat. Don't you dare tell me that shit again. See, alright. Hello. I've got it. Alright, let's rock and roll, boys. Minimize this. Move this over. And we are live. Alright, cool, guys. So, what's up? My name is Pat. If you've not seen my streams before, which is most likely the case, I've been a streamer since 2017 on and off. Originally, crypto very early on, like pre-BitConnect days. Did a lot of stuff on all those ICO scams in my first years in crypto. And then swapped the platform to sports betting, where we kept it for about 4 or 5 years. And I'm going to head back into the markets. I left my job very recently in the last week here to go full time. So I'm hoping you will show a little love. It's free. Give us a like, a subscribe. I'm planning on being here every day to break down these markets with you guys. Currently, I am in a trade. Sweet. Up 35%-ish. So looking good there. Got to stop at break even. So we're just going to let that bad boy run for right now. If anybody does have anything they want to be peeked at, please just well, let me know in the chat. Otherwise, we're gonna just break down some things. I had no plan to come on today. I'm just bored and said fuck it. So let's rock and roll. You know what? Let's see if we can find some of the stuff on this. There's nothing recent. Okay, we're not gonna talk about that then yet. So let's just dig through and see what's going on. I now own 0.1 Bitcoin. Is that really the Is that the standard now, guys? Is that the number we're chasing? I mean, like I said, I've been in this market since 2017. I played it. This was my first market experience ever was the crypto market. I'd never invested a penny into a stock. I never opened an app prior to Coinbase in early 2017. Obviously, I failed miserably in my first cycle. It was probably the cleanest cycle of all time for altcoins, for Bitcoin, and ended up selling at the near the top actually, but wasn't involved enough through the whole first cycle where I'm kind of kicking myself for the amount that I had accumulated. I'll probably never be able to accumulate that again now. So it's kind of curious where your guys' standards are. Is point one, that's it. I know you guys probably have much more. It seems like everyone on crypto Twitter has at least a Bitcoin. They don't. Okay, don't get it fucked up. They don't. A lot of people are probably in worse shape than you are. If you have been holding Bitcoin, most people are stuck way down in alts. I saw a poll earlier on how many percentage of people would leave if they were able to get back to break even, and it was over 60%. Oh, Jesus, now I have to unhook this for a second. I hope this stays running. I lost my grape soda, and I need my grape soda if I'm going to stream right now. So, like I said, most people are down so bad in alts. I don't understand it personally. I have, I believe, seven total coins in my portfolio, Bitcoin being one of them. I don't hold any ETH, I don't hold any Solana, but all the coins I do hold are in the top 100, except one, I believe. Alright, let's plug this back in. And I'm not down on any of them. So I'm really kind of confused, like, what happened with a lot of people this cycle. Like, I know alts are obviously buried right now, but, like, if you did your due diligence and you got in the bear market, you shouldn't be 70% underwater right now, you know? There's no reason for that. If you're buying at levels you should be, you wouldn't be running into these issues. Like, let's look at Sweet. I swapped out of Solana at $240 after getting in on an average of like $8. Swapped into here at, I think it was like closer to 80 cents. Here's where I started eyeing up where I wanted to get in, and then it moved real fast on me. Yeah, and it was about 80 cents where I got in. Rode this wave, took half my profits, and now I'm kind of moonbagging it and just trading this. I like trading Sweet because on the app I'm using, it's fee-free. So the way I trade, that benefits me a lot because I burn through fees due to my scalping style. So, but yeah, if you're one of the people, who's looking at this chart zoomed out and you're buying up here, take away even, this this side of the chart, this whole side over here, remove all this, and you see this, like, why in God's name would you be buying in to a chart that looks like that? You're supposed to be buying down here, down here, down here, down here, like, there's levels to this shit, guys. So personally, right now, I'm looking at 310 for Sui's next big spot to hit. Let's take a look at the liquidation heat map here. I think there's still a bunch of liquidity around 310. There has been. Oh, we got a little bit of movement. All right, cool. Well, so we've got, let's bring this down a little bit. Just thicken that liquidity up a little sooner. Okay, so got a good share at around 296 and a half. Otherwise, we come down and we maybe wreck some people in the 287 to 284 area. Possible, but I think the more likely target would be towards this resistance flip up here. I have exactly this. I believe this is a fib line. If not, this is some kind of import. Everything on my chart, a lot of stuff, I don't understand what it is when I'm zoomed in this much, but every single thing on my chart has some sort of significance to it. So this is a big level of some sort here. Obviously, this whole thing is a level, but this is your heart line of it, sitting at 310. So that 310, when liquidity was there, kind of looked too perfect. But now we're showing some stuff a little bit sooner in this 296 range. So let's see what is going on at the 296 range, if anything. If that's a key area in any way, shape, form. I don't want to hear about the fib being backwards, I'm aware. I do everything like this. I have since day one. It's just the way I learned. It's all the same. Just flip the numbers around. It's all the same, guys. Doesn't fucking matter. This ain't your 618. It's your 386. It's the exact same thing. Just flipped around. It's okay. Not gonna matter. It works for me much, much, much better this way. People who say it's backwards. So, historical significance on 296. Not much on the short term here. Let's take a look at the volume in this range and see if 296 is a fair area to be looking for. Well, we are sitting just above the VWAP then of the current range. That is just still, that's about a penny and a half above my entry, which is nice. So I'll probably end up moving my stop just below the VWAP, to be honest. I don't see any point in holding it at break even when I can hold it a stop and profit. I'd probably just actually hold it under this big volume candle here. Something like this, like 288.8, opposed to like 288.1. I know that's a very, very small difference, but again, when you're on 50x leverage, it's a very big difference. So interesting stuff. Again, 299 is showing a little bit of a level and that's very positive. There you go. So yeah, after 296, we got really 299 is the next level of this 299 $3 region. Looks like where it wants to head. Earlier we were forming a really nice really nice I'm blanking right now. A very nice triangle that would be blasting up to the upside. So let me see if I can find it. It broke down pretty in a pretty ugly way. I don't know why. Because I'm not on the. I see, because I'm not on the right chart here. Here we go. All right. So current stop loss is the blue line here. That is my break even. But yeah, I was looking at this as kind of I gotta take a little bit of profit out of this thing pretty soon here. Looking at this is kind of like a almost. God, why am I blanking so hard on the type of triangle this is? Jesus Christ, an ascending triangle. Holy shit. I was watching the ascending triangle, and it kind of looked like it was trying to do some kind of cup and handle ditty too. When you look at the 4 hour, you had this big old cup, and then we had like a handle formation here, came to the upside, and then we lost that triangle and had the breakdown. So I don't really know what to make of it. I'm long for now. Like I said, I'm mostly scalping though. 2.5 cents above my entry, which is lovely considering the leverage, but it's not enough. I'm looking to at least run this up to 296. I'm definitely going to be moving the stop up to just below the VWAP and just below that area where we had large liquidity. Things do look fairly even, fairly bullish here, I guess. Looking at the gainers for today, Solana just been smashing, like I was talking about earlier. So Bonk has been on a run, very Bonk-like from the earlier days, over the last 2-3 days now. We got some movement out of WIF today, but if you look at the top 10, Solana, I don't know if IP's on Solana, I believe they are. Solana, so in the top 10, there's like 5-6 coins that are Solana coins, and the rest is kind of filling the gaps with memes and my personal biggest altcoin holding, my baby Caspa. Let's take a peek at what Cas is doing today, actually. Let's see if I gotta take any profit real quick. Yeah, we'll take 14%. Thank you. All right. So what was I just gonna look at? God damn it. What was I gonna look at? Caspa. So I'm a ride or die with Caspa. The fundamentals of this project are so strong. It is unbelievable. I've been in Cas since I didn't get in super early. I got in prior to the ascending triangle at 5 cents. I don't know how low exactly it is with my average of buying on the way up. I think the average is about 4.5 cents. So still in profit here, but man, Caspa has put me in some tough spots. I've not sold any yet, but when I got in somewhere in this range right in here and got all the way up here, my ass was so naive just because of how bullish Caspa had been. I said, we're going to obviously blow this joint way through this 20-cent mark. We get this huge confirmation of coming back down. And then we got a second opportunity. I had all the trend lines drawn, and I just refused to believe it. And I said, whatever, and I held it. And next thing I knew, it was too far down to even consider selling. So Caspa is kind of the ride or die for me on this cycle. If Caspa can make a big move up to 75 cents or $1, I'm going to be in great shape. If Caspa sees closer to 20 cents as the high, which is feasible, in my opinion, given, the current situation for altcoins and the current macro situation, once Powell is out of office or out of his role, we can talk about some different things, or once we get a rate cut, we can talk about some different things. But until then, I think your best advice, if you've not been watching Ben Collins' videos, take a look about his most recent one, I believe, about the 0.31 and altcoin pairs to their Bitcoin pair. and how it always finds the 0.31, which assumes we will be seeing some more red in all altcoins, likely throughout the summer into early Q3, mid Q3, where we should start to see some rate cuts. Hopefully we do get 3. I think if Powell is out of office, we surely get September, November, December, or September, October, December, whichever order they decide to go in, depending on other numbers they're looking at. Caspa and the rest of things are kind of just going to be consolidating. Anything that's really blasting off, like Bonk and stuff is right now, take as a gift. Make sure you're taking profits. Because again, this stuff is all going to come back down. Even if it looks super bullish, even if Bitcoin's super bullish, it's all going to find its way back down eventually, because the macro just is not there to support a market that has what fucking ridiculous amount of coins now. When I started, there was like 13, I think. 13 available to me. 18.22 million cryptos. Take 1/10 of that. Fucking take 1% of that. That's 180,000 projects. There's not enough liquidity to make 180,000 projects float 5, 10, 25, 50x like we've seen in the past. There's just not. A lot of the money that is going in is either going into Bitcoin or is going into some kind of Bitcoin vehicle, like either the IBIT ETFs or MicroStrategy or Coin or MetaPlanet or Hood or GameStop. I don't, God rest their souls, they're fucked, but the people in GameStop, you know, so I just don't know how people have too high of expectations for anything altcoin related right now. And the people who are out there telling you altcoin season's around the corner, you have 48 hours, don't buy it. Don't buy what they are selling, because it is bullshit. And the people that are watching content creators like that, they're literally, not only do they put you into like a fucktard echo chamber, but at the same time, they can almost sometimes, with the way they skew some things, like the way people like will skew the M2 chart, like to just like certain areas that look super correlated and super great, they'll skew certain stories to where you're like, wait, what? And then you have to spend an hour or two doing research to find out what's really going on. So you're just going backwards, you know, dealing with the you got 48 hours kind of people, in which you know who I'm talking about, or the people who have been screaming altcoin season since last year. I'm here to tell you that I personally think the Bitcoin dominance top is in. I call it at 66.06%. I think the exact top was 66.1. But I don't think we're going any higher than that. I don't think, because when you look at the without stables, we're already over the 70% mark, which is normally kind of the level where we hit. So I think on that note, we should be safe from seeing higher highs here. We had this rising wedge that we broke out of bullishly, which was scary as shit. This is Dom top call on 622 at 66%. Rate cuts July, September, November, December. July is totally out of the question due to recent events that I did not know on 622. I have a worst case top at about 67%, 66.8%. Really, I don't see us. Actually, I have a worst case top, and then I have a worst case top, apparently. So this must have been more recent, but we'll leave this as was the worst case, because this is 70% on this really is the worst case if you look at the giant ascending wedge we're in that we've been riding ever so finely for years now. I mean, you can't ask for a much stronger chart, but sooner or later, either it's coming out the top bullishly, which would be absolute death for a lot of the market, because I do know way too many people are way too heavy in altcoins. I know my split's like 75% Bitcoin right now, 25% alts, and I think all my projects are pretty evenly weighted from like 7 down to 3% outside of Bitcoin. So pretty small allocations until I see this break. We did see the breakdown here. This was the little all season we got back in November, during the elections here. And then we also had the little one back in April of the prior year, May. Yeah, no, April. It was May and June of 22, yes. Man, where does the time go, guys? We have done a lot of work. We have done a shit ton of work in Bitcoin over the last 2.5 years, 3 years. Check and make sure that was. Oh, that's adorable. I have a super hot friend. She shared her directions with me on her ride home. She's got a long ride home. Make sure she's safe.
Starting route to Sault Ste. Marie. Ooh. Head west on East.
Stop it, man. Chill out. Okay. Anyways, it's getting really hot in this room. I'm starting to sweat, turning red hot. So, like I said, I came totally unprepared with nothing to talk about today, and the markets aren't doing anything right now. There's not much news right now. So yeah, I mean, I plan on being back a few times this week, a little more prepared with something to go over. Actually, once the markets open back up tomorrow, we'll have a better idea of what's going on. But for right now, I think we're just going to be chilling in this pocket that we're in, waiting for new all-time highs, or at least 111,000. You know, that is my next target. So hopefully I'll see you there. If you're not long right now, I'm not a financial advisor by any means, but got a strong bias to the upside right now, at least to 110, 111K. After that, you're on your own, and we'll talk about it when we get there. But for me personally, I'm bullish. All right, guys. Like, subscribe. Content's going to be coming. Actual content. I just, like I said, wanted to drop in today, introduce myself to those who do not know me. I'm going to be around a lot more like I used to be, putting out some productive information that you're going to catch. So make sure to get subbed, turn on the bell, all that good shit. Until the next one, guys, stay bullish. Also, real quick, if you're not a follower, you're doing yourself a giant disservice. Mitch Ray, what I'm throwing out to this man. One of the best technical analysts out there. Been helping me on my journey since 2017. Peace, guys.